Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel, Media Picker. My name is Brandon, part-time eBay McCarty reseller specializing in media-related products. If it's something you're interested in learning about, please consider subscribing to the channel. We'd greatly appreciate it. So today I'm doing number 4 in the series of CDs worth a lot of money. In this video, I kind of keyed in around $100, and that's actually going to do a couple different things in this case. $100 is going to show you some lots of CDs that you can buy that you can make some decent money on. It's also going to show you some deluxe box sets, some rare individual CDs, and just kind of stuff like along those lines of various genres. And so I kind of figured it's probably a good point to kind of key in on. It's stuff that you could possibly find out in the wild, stuff you can actually buy on eBay, like the lots, for example, and then still make money off it by parting it out in separate, smaller lots or individual listings if it's worth enough to list that way. So I figured let's start there. I've got 3 lots I'm going to start with, I believe, and then I'm going to go from there into the rest of the stuff, just to kind of show you stuff that you can get for that can sell for around $100. So even if you pay 20 or 30 for some of this stuff, it's still worth it because you at least double up your money after fees and everything. So let's go ahead and share my screen and get started here. So first up here, and I kind of key on looking up for some of this stuff too. This is a lot of 175 rock CDs, and looking at these pictures, just kind of glancing at them before I decided to record this video. There's some pretty decent stuff in here. It's a lot of it's fairly common stuff you can lot together, but stuff you're going to make money on at paying $100 plus. What was the shipping on this? $71. Okay, so about $1 a CD. You're still going to make money on this. You'll probably double, maybe triple. Let's take a look at some of the pictures, just kind of see what's in some lots like this, so you can kind of look and see. The first thing that caught my eye were these 3 tool CDs. You can lot them together. They're actually a decent amount also, where you can list them for a few bucks individually. There's Tom Petty here. There's U2. Again, you can lot U2. I've done lots of 10 CDs of U2 before together. Same thing with the White Zombie stuff. Olivia Newton-John. ELO and Olivia Newton-John. That's interesting. A bunch of Sublime stuff. Some of the Sublime stuff individually can be a little valuable. I definitely would probably look at a couple of those individually, price them. Santana can be lotted together. Rusted Root. I mean, there's a lot. Rolling Stone, a lot, all that together. Pink Floyd, definitely individually are lotted together. I mean, just look for lots that have like classic rock and stuff like this also. Can go for a decent amount. These pictures are not the greatest. Zooming in on here, Little River Band, more classic rock, Men at Work. So there's a little like new wave mixed in. Led Zeppelin. I mean, John Lennon. Huey Lewis in the News. Howlin' Wolf, which is some blues. Blues Traveler, Grateful Dead. Those can go for a decent amount. These look like to be fairly common, but again, lot those together. That's probably 20, 30 bucks right there. Just pretty crazy. So when you're looking at lots, obviously you definitely want to. That Xanadu CD is worth a little bit, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Also, you want to key on stuff like that. I'll key on rock music a lot, or rap if I can find it. But the stuff can get kind of pricey when you're looking for individual genres. Just keep an eye on that. But obviously, you want to make sure you can look at pictures and just type in artists and titles and start looking at prices too before you bid on stuff, just to get an idea of a lot that you might be able to buy. But again, even for $170, this is still worth it, in my opinion. You can lot this stuff individually and definitely make some money out. Like these Blues Travelers here, there's 6 CDs. You can probably put that 15, 20 bucks right there. So anyway, so there's the first lot I was going to show you. Here's the second one. I didn't really look at this one, so let's look at this one together here. This is 120 plus CDs. Shipping's a lot cheaper in this case, so about 130 bucks. Again, about $1 a piece. It's where you're kind of get around that range, especially if you're looking for individual genres. Hip hop's going to probably cost you a little bit more. I glanced at a couple of these pictures, but not really in depth. What we got here? Sammy Hagar again, that can be lined together. Foreigner, Rat, Bad Company, Bon Jovi, Def Leppard, all stuff that will sell easily. Trickster, that actually is worth a little bit on its own. Same with the Soraya, that's actually worth a little bit on its own. Those are hair metal cities. Pierce Tara, who was one of those singers at one time of the group Chicago. Tony Braxton, I've sold lots of her stuff before. Boston, again, you can lock that up. Motley Crue, Mellencamp, David Lee Roth, Van Halen. You can put that all together if you wanted to. Again, this isn't a lot that would make you some money too. I mean, the question is how much profit you want to try and get out of these. But again, you can still price comp a lot of this stuff to get an idea. Figure if there's a few 3 or 4 higher dollar ones that can make probably most of your money back and the rest of it's profit, then it's definitely worth profit grabbing. But again, these lots, you can find them around $100 also. So I figured just key and kind of show you that around this price range. And I've got one more lot I'm going to show you. All right, move on to some more of the individual stuff. Massive wholesale. So they're already gearing towards people that are going to try and resell them, probably, flea markets and stuff like that, or online. Captain Size, I've bought from them before. They can be a little pricey. This one's $120. You're probably getting about $1 CD again on these. This is stuff I probably won't buy from again because I didn't think my profit margin was great, but let's just kind of see what they have in here. Lost Boys soundtrack sells for a little bit. Why is this there again? Led Zeppelin, Cat Stevens. I mean, this lot's not as good as the last two I just showed you. Or, yeah, this is a lot at $1 a piece. I'd probably stay away from because there's a little more country in here than I'd like to see. Because a lot of country, you'd have to lot a lot of it together to even make it formidable. A lot of it's not worth a whole lot at all, if anything. So this is a lot I'd probably steer clear of. But again, that's just from years of experience in doing this. There's probably still a couple of gems in here that you could probably make a little bit of money, but you're not going to be as profitable on this one as you would be on the last two I just showed you. But just get an idea. Just kind of look at some lots and stuff around this price range. Also, if you're looking to possibly just do as a buy it now and not do an auction, and just buy it and bid on it, and just buy it now and just get it. So, Alice Cooper, Radiohead, Boston. I mean, there's some stuff in here that's decent, but again, there's some also stuff in here that is country and stuff that may never sell or is going to sell like $1 or $2. So anyway, let's get away from the lots. Let's move on to some individual stuff. Again, keying on some individual CDs, some box sets also. This is actually not in great shape CD here. This is hip hop though. It's DJ Nelson The Flow. $100 sold. Pictures are pretty basic. Jesus, $12 shipping media email. Man, that person raped the buyer on shipping. Holy crap. As I'm recording this video, media mail is still $4.63 for under a pound. This is like a 4-ounce package. So, and even cheaper right now, ground advance for the price increases in a couple days. But anyway, that's ridiculous. But again, hip hop. You come across the hip hop CDs, definitely look them up, especially if it's stuff you've never heard of. Common stuff like Tupac and Dr. Dre and Snoop and Bulldogs and Harmony and Eminem are still decent in some aspects. There's some limited edition stuff that can go for a little bit. The stuff that kind of stuff will sell all day, every day. You're just not going to make huge profits on it. Stuff like this that's unknown, you never heard of, never seen before, just looks odd, looks cheaply made, actually can go for hundreds of dollars. I've sold a CD similar like this that I just picked up at never heard of the band or group. It was a hip hop group out like Kansas City, Missouri. Couldn't find anything on it. Threw it up $300 and sold in a half hour. So I mean, it's crazy. It does happen though. Not sure. Jerry Goldsmith Explorers. This is an individualist. I think it's a limited edition to like a print run. Looks like it's a soundtrack. I've actually never heard of Jerry Goldsmith. Looks like it is. It's composers. Music composing. Yeah, Motion Picture Explorers. It's a soundtrack. So it's a lot. Again, soundtracks. You're probably seeing another one or two of those in here also. Can go for quite a bit. A lot of them aren't worth crap, but there are some. There's a video I did back a while ago that I bought a soundtrack lot of stuff, and it actually was really amazing. I mean, there was $20, $30 hits in there that I paid like $1.25 a piece for. So I paid up a little bit for the soundtracks, but I knew I was going to make some really good money on them, and already have. But definitely soundtracks. Keep an eye on those. More hip hop. Wood Against the Grain. Literally one picture. I think it's sealed though, so like you. What are they? Why? Look at the shipping. $11. Holy crap. That would turn me off right there as a buyer buying the CD. Me knowing how much shipping actually costs. And there's a lot of buyers out there that will, say that they're, shipping's too high, but in a lot of instances, it's calculated shipping on certain items and stuff. And that's just because of the package and the size of it. It just depends on what it is. But in this case, yeah, shipping is way too high. Why would you ship a parking meal? Grand Ranch would have been just fine. It's insured up to $100. Anyway, this I put in here, box sets. If you can get this box set for say $20-$30 from a thrift store or a record store, and they have it for $30 or whatever, this is stuff that you could pick up and flip it for $100. So then you're looking at probably a $30 profit, give or take after fees. So it's something you have to want to keep an eye out for. Also, box sets. Even if you're paying up for this stuff, you're gonna flip it, and it may take a little time on some of this stuff. This probably sold pretty quick. Future Fears are big new wave group from the 80s. And again, I guess it just depends on what your profit margin you want it to be. I mean, obviously find it for $10, easily pick it up 20-30. I'd still probably pick it up at $20-$30 and flip it and double up my money. That's just me. Again, you can run your store how you want to run it, but keep an eye out for some box sets that you can find, for $20-$30, and if they're worth, $80, $100 and up, pick them up. That's my opinion. Same thing here. After recording this video, Ozzy Osbourne just performed his final concert with Black Sabbath and his final concert in his illustrious career. So Black Sabbath stuff's pretty hot right now. Black Sabbath, the End Deluxe Edition 3 CD DVD. I'd like this Blu-ray. I think this is my collection. I eventually probably will try and find it. This is like new. It looks like it's sealed. I think it's like new, maybe just because of some wear on the package. But again, $10 shipping. That's reasonable for the box. So, again, $20-$30, $40, flip it for $100. You're gonna make a decent little profit off it. Something I would consider doing. This is more hip hop. It looks like Sick. Who the hell is Sick? First edition CD 1986. Ultra. Again, early mid 90s stuff that you've never seen an artist of for hip hop, especially. I would definitely look them up, price count them. But a good money to be made on hip hop, definitely for sure. Again, soundtracks, even soundtracks for movies or even video game soundtracks can go for quite a bit also. Sonic Adventure 2, multi-dimensional CD soundtrack. I've never seen this before, obviously, so it's pretty rare. Looks like it's 2-disc. $100, and that's in good condition. That's not new. That's not like new. So this definitely has some wear and it's still sold for $100. So again, find this in a thrift store. People don't know what they have when they dump stuff off sometimes. Garage sales. You can definitely make some good money on it. This is actually fairly common. I have this in my personal collection. 9 Inch Nails are Fragile. Halo 14. The reason why it's worth so much is because it's sealed. Not sure what it sold for. If I had to guess, probably $75-$80. They may be selling off to get it graded. It's a digipack, so digipacks tend to wear very easily. But this is a common CD. You can find this anywhere. Record store. If this is at a record store, brand new, sealed for $15-$20, knowing that it can probably go for 4x that, I'd probably pick it up and sell it. But definitely look for this. Even used, this has a little value. So if you can pick up used for $1 or $2, I'd probably get it. But brand new, definitely pick it up. This is something that is fairly common to be found out in the wild. This at a quick glance, based on how the band title is put out there on the label, this is probably some black metal or death metal. I'm thinking more black metal than anything. Black Funeral. Again, with metal CDs, the more deeper you get into the genre of metal, as far as subgenres, where you go with metal, heavy metal, speed thrash metal, and then you get into when you start getting into folk metal and death metal and black metal, the deeper and heavier it gets, the more money generally it's worth, because it's more scarce. It's not mass produced. They're not well known. You're going to have the collectors and fans of the bands buying that stuff. in particular, and they will pay good money for it. So kind of the heavier the metal, the more value, generally speaking. Also, another type of CD you want to look out for that if you can pick them up for 10, 20 bucks, depending on the artist and title, are these. These are the original master recordings. They come in usually special cases. This one, I don't know if it is in a special case. Looks like it might be. Let's look at it a little closer. Yeah, it's got like a little flip that kind of flips up at an angle. I've had a few of these throughout the years. I might have a couple in my collection, actually. Some aren't worth a ton. Some might be worth $10, $15, depending on the artist and title. And then you've got some that are worth $100 and up. This is a good example right here. It's just Nirvana, Nevermind, obviously. Nirvana still to this day is still hugely popular, even though obviously they're no longer a band with Kurt Cobain passing away. But definitely look out for these original master recordings if you can find them cheap. I definitely would look them up and then see what kind of profit you can make off these. This is one. Is this the record? Nope, it's a CD box set. I have this in my collection. I picked this up shortly, I think literally the night he passed away. I went online and bought it before they started jacking up price, and I think I got mine for like 30 bucks years ago. So definitely if you come across this box set, and again, any box sets in general, if you can get a box set for like 10 bucks, depending on what it is, and the artist, I would definitely look it up, especially in classic rock and metal genres. They can go for quite a bit. But $100 here, I'd pay 30 for this easily and flip it. That's all day, every day, no problem. Just got a few more to show you. What would be one of these videos without a Taylor Swift in here? Beautiful Eyes, CD, DVD, Walmart exclusive. I've seen a couple that were similar like this. Again, $100, like new. So it's a used copy. So obviously it was a Walmart release, out of print, 2008. So if you do come across this, definitely pick it up. Keep an eye out also for some of the older Taylor Swift releases. Her self-titled can go for a little bit, especially if it's a new copy. I've sold one that was the reissue from 2008, and that's 2006 original, which can go for quite a bit more. My reissue sold for like $55, and the guy was actually going to send in and get it graded, which is fine. I paid $1 for it, so go ahead, have fun with it. But Taylor Swift, obviously, look up her stuff. There's so much out there. But there are limited edition stuff and some rarities that can be kind of found out. Some singles of hers can go for hundreds of dollars. So she sells. She's popular. Definitely, if you come across her stuff, I would at least comp it just to kind of see what it is, because some of the stuff's limited edition, bonus tracks, so on and so forth. So keep an eye out for her stuff, especially if you can get it cheap. What do we got left here? We have 3. Okay, I have 3 left. Okay, here we go. Another hip hop I'd throw in here. Mega Rare, Southern Gangsta Rap, G-Funk. They're from St. Petersburg. So it's a local group. Again, something that just looks pretty basic. I mean, there's nothing that would jump out at me saying this is worth a lot of money. Coronavirus, I mean, this is even creased here along this left side. You can kind of touch by looking at that picture there. Yeah, just looks like a basic low run print. Obviously, small record labels too. Yeah, just a record label like that. Never heard of it. Small record labels, definitely look up some other stuff too. Stuff that's not mass produced, obviously, is going to be limited print run, which is why this is worth in part $100. So definitely, again, 90s hip hop. Look it up, comp it. This one kind of caught my eye also. These last two are, this next one is a single. Bruce Dickinson, Bring Your Daughter, ultra rare. Looks like it's from one of the Freddy Krueger movies, Nightmare on Elm Street. It's a promo single. CD singles can go for quite a bit also. I've not sold any for this amount, but I have sold some that are around $50 range, 20 to $50. I've sold some for that. Don't sleep on CD singles. You can actually find people selling lots of CDs on eBay also of singles that that might be worth getting. Also, don't sleep on any promos too. Promos can go for quite a bit more also. So let's kind of look at this a little bit closer, just how you can spot it a little bit. Usually on the disc, it's going to say not for sale, or it's going to say for promotional only. Those are the two things that are usually on there. And this one right here says not for sale. So you already know it's a promo. It might even say for promotional only on there also. It doesn't look like on this one, but not for sale. That's a key indicator. That's promo. And then on the back, you'll probably see where it says not for sale. It might even say for promotional only somewhere on here. Possibly. Maybe not. Manufacturing, distributed, blah, 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 so on and so forth. It does not. But again, not for sale. So you already know it's a promo based on that. Again, these can command pretty good money. So definitely do not sleep on CD singles or promos. And I've got one last one to show you, which I've never seen before. It's a soundtrack, and it is from the Jetsons movie. $100, 1990 release. I think this is something that could probably be found just sitting on a shelf somewhere in a thrift store. So I threw it in here. Again, don't sleep on soundtracks either. Soundtracks can go for a decent amount. Again, 95% of them are with shit. However, the 5% can actually bring in some good money. Anyway, that's all. That's probably about 15 or so that I showed you of various things that you can kind of look out for, even as a buyer for lots, and then as a seller, obviously there are stuff I showed you: box sets, hip hop, soundtracks, singles, so on and so forth. But if you got anything out of this video, please consider subscribing to my channel. Click the like button, which also does help me out, and then click the bell for future notifications of other videos just like this. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you in the next one. Bye, everybody.